Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lizzie, and for today's video I am so super excited because I'm off to go see Final Destination Bloodlines. If you aren't already aware, this is just like hands down one of my absolute favorite franchises. You know, it's kind of hard to tell from the background, but it's definitely probably, like, I would say it's my second favorite franchise. The first one is one of the first horror films that I remember really like terrifying me when I was younger. It was so scary, and still to this day I still like so much enjoy watching them. They still have this kind of after effect, I feel like, when you watch these films, of just like unease and kind of terror, and just easily being startled, like jump scared, because they just put you so on edge, at least for me, and I just love these films so much. So I'm really excited to see this one. I like the fact that going into it, there's not obviously like a whole lot of information. We know that it, at least from the trailers that we have seen, appears to be like a prequel. We're kind of seeing where this whole concept of like death as almost its own entity and own slasher started, and that's really exciting. I know when I watched the first original trailer and saw that the title was Bloodlines, I was hoping and kind of suspecting that I was gonna have something, that the characters would have some sort of tie to the original. I'm still kind of wondering that. I don't know if that will be a part of this film. I think that that would be a really cool thing for them to do, giving that title, but know going into this that we are going to see where it all started, and I'm really excited. I'm seeing, so far from people that have already seen the film, I'm seeing a lot of really good things about it. This is going to be a spoiler-free review. I will most likely do a spoiler review for Patreon, so if you're interested in seeing that, I will definitely be posting that, but this review itself is going to be spoiler free, so don't worry. I'm just gonna go see it and then kind of let you guys know what my thoughts were afterwards. So come along with me to go see the movie.
What did you do last summer?
Okay, holy shit. So just got out of seeing Final Destination Bloodlines. Holy fuck. This movie just right away, so good. I enjoyed this so much. Oh my god, my heart is racing so quickly. I'm not gonna lie, at one time I checked my heart rate on my Apple Watch and it was like 130. This movie definitely, I feel like, lives up to the Final Destination line, the hype. We obviously have, it's not a spoiler if you've seen the trailer or if you've followed any of the news, we have Tony Todd's last performance in this film. I got emotional when he got on screen, and he does this wonderful speech that was very like obvious that this is gonna be the last time we see him. It felt very directed towards fans. I'm gonna cry. And I definitely was like cheering up, and so that was like a wonderfully beautiful part of the film. But all in all, it had that same very Final Destination feeling, because again, I don't feel like this is a spoiler if you've seen the trailers. We are following this family that is being affected by the initial person who, you know, their grandmother was like the first person to defeat death, and so we're following along this family which is an aspect I love in Final Destination, that we always have this group of people, whether they're family or just connected through this tragedy that we're following, and this one does that as well. And it has these characters that you really come to like, and so you end up really much like rooting for them, and so when their deaths do come, it's very sad and in very Final Destination style, very unique deaths. They definitely did not fucking hold back for this film, and so many kind of, I feel like, little references, calls out to the previous films, including music. There's music that plays in the beginning of the film, and then kind of little parts throughout that are references to songs that are used in previous Final Destination films, and I loved that because music has always been a big reference in these films. It's always been used as kind of like a signal for potentially what to come, which is also something that, as someone who also loves music as well, have always really loved about this franchise. And sorry, I'm like paranoid, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Walking back to the car, I was like on edge. I'm gonna be fucking on edge from this film, which is part of like the appeal, I guess, and joy of these films in particular, is that it's not just while you're watching it, like I said in the intro, you get on edge afterwards. Like, I really just want to be home right now. Like, I almost didn't want to film in the car, but everything's gonna be okay. I'm not having any premonitions, so but yeah, so like, they did not hold back in the deaths, and they did such a good job. I felt it, again, really lived up to the Final Destination name, and it in no way negated or took away from, I feel like, the previous films, which is something that I was a little bit more concerned about potentially happening. So it actually almost kind of adds to them, which I think is really interesting. It was not a prequel. That was kind of what I was expecting. It wasn't, but it still, like I said, added to the film. And I really, really liked it. I really liked these characters. I really enjoyed the deaths. We did get something that I love, that we always, pretty much always get in these Final Destination films. We had a little alt boy. They always feature some sort of kind of like emo-y alt kid. I say always, usually. And we had that in the form of Eric, a character that we see in the initial, like the first teaser trailer we got. If you saw that one, the tattoo shop kid, definitely enjoyed his character throughout this film. New horror movie crush for sure. He was such a cutie. And yeah, it was such a really, really good film, and I really enjoy it, and I highly recommend, especially if you're a Final Destination fan, if you can go see this one in theaters, checking it out. Like I said, I'm fucking on edge. I'm probably be on edge all day, and I enjoyed it so much. So I'm gonna go home and probably watch, maybe I'll probably go home and film a spoiler review for Patreon, like I said, but I'm definitely gonna watch some comfort and just relax for a little bit, because like I said, I'm so on edge from watching this movie, but I loved it. So if you guys have checked out Final Destination Bloodlines, let me know what your thoughts were on it in the comments below. Try to keep it spoiler free as usual. If you are going to give spoilers, please give just a spoiler warning at the top of your comment, because I do obviously would love to talk about this film, but I don't want to ruin it for anybody. So hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did, please do a big old thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for more spooky and horror related content, and I will see you all again later with another video. Bye.